Let's get this started. Dandy Chat, episode 002. This is your boy, Fortune Boy, and I'm joined here with Ross Serry Fielding. How are you doing, Ross?
I'm doing great, Daryl. I always called you Dan, don't know why. But I'm good, I'm fresh. We've just done some more voice recording and my voice has been captured again for the world to enjoy once more. And I have noticed that no one has commented on the last podcast to tell me who is interested to play Total War. So if you've just been procrastinating with that information, please get in touch.
Yeah, we're really happy that the video has got 40 views and we didn't even tell anyone that we had made it. We just put it out and we've got 3 likes already and 40 views. And that's great. If you've watched it, if you listened to it, don't be afraid to get in touch and let us know how you feel, because it's really cool that you've even checked it out. Things to talk about. Wow. Well, like you said, Ross, we've just done some more visual novel recording, and that's gone down. That's happened. You smashed it as per usual. Yeah, topics, things to talk about. Really, I don't know. I'm looking at the list here and I'm just like, I don't really want to talk about them. But that's not the point of a podcast. We need to have something to talk about. So we found conversationstarters.com, which gives you random questions. Every time you click the button, you get a random topic. So here we go. The first question that came up was, what is the first thing you do in the morning?
Okay, so the first thing that I do is snooze my alarm at least twice. I have my alarm set at 7 o'clock in the morning, and then I put it on snooze for another 40 minutes. I then get up for work at about 20 to 8, have a shower, get dressed and everything. And then I leave for work at about 5 to 8. So in about 15 minutes, I get ready to go with work and I'm gone. And then if I did make my lunch the night before, I either remember to get it out of the fridge or I don't remember to get it out of the fridge.
Isn't that the worst thing when you've gone out of your way to be so prepared? You've got the food in the fridge, you've made it. All you need to do is take it to work and then you don't.
Well, the whole point of me making lunch, I only started making lunches recently because for ages I was just spending hand over fist on eating out like a pig. And it was only when I came to start saving for a car or trying to buy a car and I realised that no one would finance me at all. I then realised and had a look at my bank account and realised that all my ingoings and outgoings were pretty much the same. And if you looked at my bank statement, it purely was eating out. So I started making lunch for work in the afternoons, and the amount of times that I would leave the flat and get to the bus stop and go, fuck, I've left the fucking lunch in the fucking the fridge. So in the end, I ended up fucking buying lunch anyway.
So you've put the time in to make the food, and then you've gone into work and you've had to buy. So you've had to buy another lunch. You've totally nullified the whole point of making the lunch, and you've got lunch when you get back as well, which is kind of going to be slightly old.
One thing I do want to talk about is I don't like the prejudice against people that learn how to cook through the power of YouTube. Now, to be fair, what I was making was a wrap, and I had to use YouTube to figure out how to make a tuna wrap. And it took me at least 3 attempts to actually get it correct. But when I told people at work that I'd used YouTube to make a sandwich or make a wrap, people were ridiculing me, and I was like, I don't understand. The information's there. I don't know how to make one. I've never made one before in my life. So why would I not use the internet where I can see it visually being done? Ironically, I then eventually managed to make it successfully by someone telling me from work how to do it properly.
All right, so you watched YouTube and it was unsuccessful in helping you make a wrap, but then asking someone at work gave you the strength and knowledge needed to make an actual wrap properly.
It's because they always take the piss because I'm always using YouTube to learn how to cook, because I literally have no idea the amount of times. I don't figure I used to waste a shit ton of money on takeaways. which was also why I then chose to make my own lunch. But then as I started doing it and started trying to cook for myself, because I was turning to YouTube, everyone just thought it was hilarious.
Okay, well, I'm just going to have to say this, like, I don't know who you work with, like, but come on, you got to give Ross a break here. Like, he's doing his best. I use YouTube to check out recipes and stuff like that. I'm not a natural cook. And how are you going to get better unless you got someone teaching you? You can't. No, I don't think everyone's born with the cooking gene, are they? Like, or like they're like Rain Man, but for souffles. I have no idea, like, where you get this knowledge from. So I'm glad that people pass it down, whether it's through a cookbook or through a video on YouTube. Like Joe Wicks, he makes really simple meals and puts them up on Twitter. I was very, very grateful for that. In fact, it made it so much more simpler. What can I say, dude? Like, people at Ross's work, lighten up.
They're all right people.
If I ever meet them, like,
if any of them actually listen to this, you're all right people.
This is not a diss.
This is not a dig at you, but you have ridiculed me for using YouTube. Also, Daryl, did you see my Rice Krispie cakes?
I didn't see your Rice Krispie cakes. Why did I never get to see these?
Basically, we did a bake sale for the money that we're raising for the charity. Still a little shy from raising the whole 500 for the wheelchair, so if you still want to donate, you still can. Also, I'm now doing my Vegetarian Month Challenge. So if you do want to sponsor me or want to give me any suggestions on what I could eat in terms of vegetarian diet, then please get in touch. If you're interested in sponsoring me or want to donate directly to the fundraising for the action-free wheelchair, you still can on the Just Giving page. I think you can just look for Kelly Services, or if you just post a comment in this video, then I will get in touch with you and you can do your thing.
So Ross is just looking at his phone at the moment, and he's showing me a load of videos. There's those chocolate. So it's chocolate Rice Krispie cakes. Is that what you're going for?
Yeah.
So yeah, I can see just a little thumbnail of a. Is it a video? Okay, so.
I'll be honest, I don't know how I've managed it, but I've ended up with Rice Krispies, multi-grain shapes.
Oh no.
Multi-grain shapes. I don't know how the fuck I've managed it. This is not what I expected to go wrong. Mixing the shit together, chocolate, butter, golden syrup, magical. Look at that meltage. The only problem is, I've got multi-grain shapes. And I think the Cocoa Pops are too small. Too small. I don't know what to do. Do I just chuck them all together, mix it all together, and make something completely new? Who knows?
Wow. So I think I'm going to pop this up. If you got to send me that video, if you've not just seen it, hopefully you've just seen it on the YouTube video. I'm going to pop that up on there. What was it? To make the Rice Krispies cakes, you bought Rice Krispies, but they weren't the right type of Rice Krispies, yeah. I guess. That must have been gutting, because I saw that box and it doesn't make it quite obvious, does it? It doesn't make it obvious at all. And why would they not just be called something else? Like, why is it a Rice Krispies brand? This is awful.
The thing is, I did then use the Cocoa Pops as a substitute, and this is the first time I've made Rice Krispie cakes by myself. They didn't turn out like Rice Krispie cakes. That's just how they turned out. The disaster that is my Rice Krispie cakes. Turns out Cocoa Pops were not a good substitute. Don't judge these. This is not how a Rice Krispie cake is supposed to look.
So they look
like turd muffins.
To me, yeah, exactly. There's no crispiness to them at all. Yeah.
It was pure chocolate. They looked like turd muffins, and it was pure chocolate with the occasional soft crunch.
Okay, so you're just eating a lot of melted chocolate with some soft crunches. That's not a bad thing, but it certainly wasn't what you intended, was it?
But no, but because I used butter as well, I hadn't stirred it enough. So there were lumps of butter that then set within the chocolate. Only one person that actually came into the office bought one of my turd muffins. I made everyone else in the office eat them.
Was it because the quality was so low that no one was willing to pay for them?
It's the fact that they were on a plate and the label next to it said Rice Krispie cakes. And people obviously walked in and looked at them and went, they're not fucking Rice Krispie cakes. I'm not even fucking risking that. They're willing to fucking lie to me. I ain't buying that shit. But someone did come in and say, what's the most unhealthy thing you've got? And they pointed straight to my plate with my turd muffins. And someone actually walked away. I wish I could ask that guy what he actually thought of my baking.
And what did he say?
I don't know, we never found him.
Oh. Well, Ross, thanks for showing us that. And one day I might get to taste your turd muffins. Conversation starters. Generate another random topic. What is your favourite store in the mall? Now, I imagine this must be directed at American website users because we don't call them malls, do we? But shopping centres. So,
Okay. We'll change that. What's your favourite store in Victoria Centre?
okay, my favourite store in Victoria Centre is Krispy Kreme's. Really, it's actually Tesco. I use Tesco like all the time, but Krispy Kreme's would be my favourite store if I wasn't vegan.
I was going to say, because you're vegan, I was going to ask you, what can you eat there that's vegan? And obviously you just said it would be your favourite place.
Yeah.
So you can't have anything.
Nothing I know of at the moment. Krispy Kreme is like totally non-vegan. Everything's got egg in it, basically. So,
God damn it. Literally, my colleague Michael, he works with a construction site and he took a load of donuts there. All it was the standard glazed ones, and he brought some back to the office, and my God, I stuffed my face with them fuckers. And now you're telling me that they're not, but then I'm doing the vegetarian one, but I'm curious. I'm trying to try different things like almond milk and dairy-free butter is just a curiosity. There is literally no difference between Flora Light or just standard Flora butter and dairy-free butter. Whatever flavouring they're putting in there, it tastes exactly the same. Almond milk is pretty good. Because before I started this vegetarian challenge, I had a little bit of a recce, trying out different things throughout the week. Linden Picardi sausages being one, another vegetarian sausage. They taste no different to any regular sausage, which I was quite surprised by. And I've even had a gander at those, obviously, dairy-free products. The only problem so far has been trying to get a naughty lunch. I've tried the vegetarian option at McDonald's. That is pretty bad. I'm just glad I still like the fries. I can still get me fries. And then on Friday, I tried to have a vegetarian naughty breakfast and had this Linden McCartney sausage cob rather. But the place was terrible. They just banged a frozen sausage and some bap in a microwave and then gave it me for, I think it was about £3.95. No one should be selling that for £3.95.
sounds like a bit of a rip-off.
It pretty was. My favourite store is HMV because that's where I get everyone's presents from for Christmas and birthdays. Everyone loves a good box set.
They are stacked full to the rafters with box sets at HMV, which is, kind of surprising now that we have box sets on Netflix and stuff like that, but it still hasn't killed off the old, physical box set, has it, for gifts and stuff?
No, and that reminds me of my my colleague Chris. He literally, with music, all his music is on CDs. He literally has no digital music. So he's pretty old school like that. Although not as old school as records, but he likes to have the physical item. So with me, with my favourite game series like Total War, play that game. I used to just want the hard copy of that. I wanted the legitimate version. Although, to be fair, I've not been overly impressed with the latest titles that have come out. Total War Britannia was pretty boring after 10 minutes. I was quite disappointed because it allows you to play the entire Great Britain and Ireland. Some historicalness to it, but that's my Total War rant over anyway.
It's amazing how we managed to get to Total War from the question, what is your favourite store in Victoria Centre? Which It's fantastic. It's great. If we're going to get like a Total War reference in every single podcast, then let's just aim for that. Let's have another topic. If you knew you couldn't fail, what would you do?
If you knew you could get into space. If I knew I couldn't fail, I'd be getting into space.
Just straight up, you would go.
Yeah, I don't know how I'd go, but if I can't fail at it, I'm going into space.
Just go to space. See you later, guys. I'm going to space.
I love space. Never been there, but I love it. It just always appealed to me. I love sci-fi. I love space. They are currently trying to make it commercially viable for people to go up into space, but obviously it's for the people who are rich at the moment. And eventually, the average Joe should be able to just get on a Virgin Galactic and then just pop into space. You'd physically be able to look back and see the Earth and how round it is.
That would be such a nice thing to do, to actually, rather than just be on Google Maps or Google Earth and seeing it for yourself. That'd be pretty cool. So if you knew you couldn't fail, I mean, what? I guess if I knew you couldn't fail, what would you do? I'd get a management deal for my band. I'd get a
Turn everyone vegan.
Turn everyone vegan. Actually, yes, that's really good. Like, if you knew you couldn't fail, what would you do? Turn everyone vegan. That would be really, really nice, because then all the animals wouldn't be needlessly hurt and tortured. And by the way, I don't want to get too political, but that would be really nice if you could all just, please don't make me a failure. Just stop eating meat. Just stop doing it. If I knew I couldn't fail, what would I do? I'd tour the world with my band. I've got one. You got one?
Yeah. I'd become a famous voice actor. That would be it.
Yes, exactly. Well, I think you're well on your way to get in there. You're doing the work. You're putting the practice in. And so, is there any? Would you want to be like just a well-renowned voice actor on radio or on video games or?
Video games and films. I'm always doing voices in me flat by myself. I can always imagine myself doing something for a very fantasy-like game, or a sci-fi. But yeah, that'd be something I'd really want to do.
Okay. Well, you can't fail. Let's do another one of these. What are some things that you shouldn't say at a funeral? Wow. Time to get controversial. Any thoughts?
I really wish I did have something to say, because it'd be funny.
Joe Bloggs. What shouldn't you say at Joe Bloggs' funeral? It's too impersonal. You can't really. It's got like let's choose someone. Let's find a random celebrity. I'm just going onto Google to find a random celebrity now. And we're going to figure out what we shouldn't say at their funeral. So the results we've got are Charlie Sheen, Tom Hanks, Miley Cyrus, Johnny Depp, Britney Spears, and Elton John. What would you not say at Charlie Sheen's funeral?
He finally won.
Losing. Tom Hanks, Castaway was a terrible movie. Forrest Gump, yeah. Run, Forrest.
Run, Forrest, run. Man ran too much, you died now.
That's it. You ran too much, you died now. Life is like a box of chocolates. You open it up and you dead, Tom Hanks. Miley Cyrus.
But she came through on that wrecking ball. She left it in a box.
Could have been a part of a good physics puzzler game. And now she's dead. Johnny Depp, Pirates of the Caribbean. Johnny, were you always that drunk? Britney Spears. Oops, she dead. She's not a girl, not yet a woman, but dead.
Is that a song?
Yeah. I'm not a girl.
Oh.
Not yet a woman. That's how it goes. I think that was a Britney Spears song.
The Barry chuckled. Do you think when they were holding the coffin, they were going, to me, to you, to me, to you? Yeah, he definitely died, yeah. Everyone on Facebook mourned the passing of the Barry.
Sorry, Barry. Elton John, what would you not say, or what shouldn't you say at Elton John's funeral as the Rocket Man is being... I'm still standing. No, you're not. Hold me closer, tiny dancer. Is that it's going to be just references?
I don't...
It seems to me you lived your life like a candle in the wind. Yeah, basically, Elton John, I haven't got anything. You're not David Bowie, but you're still great. Thanks. Elton John's fantastic anyway. I'm not going to diss Elton anymore. What do you carry in your purse and wallet?
How many people do you think have actually used this website to start a conversation? And their first question is, what do you carry in your purse or wallet?
It's a good opener, I think. Let's see if this next topic is an opener. What's the worst thing about your gender? Well, we're both male, so...
Random erections at the wrong time.
Yeah, like, females don't tend to suffer from that at all.
They might get pointy nippulature when it gets to the colder times of year, but men, sometimes we...
It's like when you're sitting on the bus, isn't it? And, you know, you get a boner. Do you stand up? No, you got to sit down and wait for it to subside.
Awkward erections. My homes, my lovely lady bubs. Driving over.
Don't get me don't get me wrong. I don't drive over a speed bump and then instantly get a hard on. That's not what does it for me. It's the constant vibration. And to be honest, I haven't been on a bus for quite a while. I've walked everywhere, so like I've got no excuse for my random erections now. They're just still happening though. Like, why?
There's loads of speed bumps in Sneinton and that area of Nottingham. Do you think there are any people that do have that kind of a fetish and actually go on the bus all day long just to go up and down them bumps?
£2 for a single fare, but it'll be worth it.
But there are people that they get married and they are attracted to inanimate objects or cars. A woman got married to the Eiffel Tower once, and a lot of the argument to get against it is that it's not natural, it's not part of the religion. The whole point of marriage is to have children, have a family. No motherfuckers having a children with the Eiffel Tower.
No matter how hard you try, you're not going to get a little mini Eiffel Tower to look after.
No. Although a fun fact, well, it was fun for me anyway. The Eiffel Tower was the tallest man-made construction or structure after the pyramids. So the pyramids were made over 3000 BC, and then the Eiffel Tower was erected in the 1800s. I don't know what year, but isn't that interesting how it was literally almost 5,000 years between the next tallest man-made structure.
Let's do one more topic. What are your 3 must-have smartphone apps? Well, I'd say Duolingo is one which I've really, really liked at the moment. You suggested it to me last week, Ross, and it's brilliant. It's totally free. You do have loads of ads, but like I'm learning quite a lot of Japanese from Duolingo. It's a great language application. Other smartphone apps which are must-haves. Well, apart from the ones which you must have, which are literally must-haves, like messaging. I don't must have Facebook Messenger, but I've got it. Oh God. It's not, the question isn't what are your 3 must-haves, it's just what are your 3 favourite apps, isn't it? That's free must-have smartphone apps. I don't like making decisions, Ross. Recorder, so I can record my musical ideas. Messenger, so I can message people. So, and I just mean like text messaging and calling. Those are the free must-have smartphone apps. Anything else is a bonus.
Well, mine would have to be my music app, which is Google Play, WhatsApp, because I'm a sociable type and I like to use internet for my communication, and YouTube. I'm constantly on YouTube, and I'm going to throw in a fourth because I can, and that is the voice recorder on my phone. I will always either record myself practicing the latest version of Jurassic Park that I can play, and then the other is I will record myself doing a random voice. And as Daryl can attest, I do send those to Daryl.
I've had so many recordings from Ross.
Good evening, Daryl. I will pass on some words of wisdom my father once told me. It's a bitch to know so desperately you're right, but to fail all the same.
Fantastic.
Fortune boy, I am Thanos. How does it feel to know so desperately you're right, but to fail all the same? To fail all the same.
Again, awesome stuff. So you do need recorder basically on your phone.
I do, yeah.
I can't live without it. All my musical ideas I always bop down on there. So yeah, it's really cool. All right. So yeah, I'm going to wrap this up now. I hope you've enjoyed Dandy Chat episode 2. Give us a message if you've listened to it and you like it. So I'm going to sign off. My name's Fortune Boy, and goodbye from me.
And I have been Serry. Tatty buys, people.